We talk a lot about physical and mental wellness, but what about spiritual wellness? It's more than just religion. It's about feeling connected to something bigger. Welcome back to Bargain Brand Wellness. We've got self-care on clearance and a side of enlightenment served with a sense of humor. Tonight we're exploring what spiritual wellness really means, how to find balance, and how to feed your soul. So take a deep breath, set aside your emotional baggage, and open your third eye. Welcome to wellness. Welcome back, my wellness warriors, my self-care connoisseurs, my off-brand VIPs. We've got another fun episode for you this evening, our After Dark episode. We're excited to get into this. And joining us as our next special guest is my very own mother, Miss Linda Marine. You can say hi, Mom. Mom seems not switching.
Warriors. Hello, wellness warriors.
Give me a second. TikTok sees you, but YouTube. There we go. I hate when the button sticks sometimes. brand new stream deck. It's like, wait a minute. All right, there we go. All right, we're up. Danny's in the chat saying, hi, Mom. With a little wave as he's doing it. All right, so thank you for finally getting on here. You are the first official person to actually fill out the guest application. Everyone else has just kind of reached out to me thus far.
Number one,
which I greatly appreciate because I'm hopeful that people will fill that. I'm hoping that people in the future will be interested in joining us and talking about their own wellness journeys, or basically really kind of anything that you want to talk about, because we can really bring anything into the world of wellness. But yeah.
Yes, it's very broad.
It is. It really is. And I mean, I do know when it comes to like content creation, you don't want topics that are super broad, but I feel like that's kind of why my plan is to bring people on. I have my own areas that I'm passionate about, but there's other areas, whether it be spiritual wellness or physical fitness or even nutrition, with things that I'm informed on, but I wouldn't consider them my passion. That's where I can bring other people in and they can share what they'd like with us. So how have you been?
Relatively well.
Okay. Why do you say relatively?
Well, because I'm pain in my knee. Other than that, I'm fine.
Yeah, that's true. It feels like, I don't know, I hit 40 there a few years ago, and it feels like since I hit 40, I just get random pains in my body that never existed.
Yeah, that happens as you get older.
And I mean, and I'm not the most physically fit person, but I'm in decent shape. I eat relatively healthy. I get some exercise, but man, there's some days it's like, can I hit the reset button and start fresh?
Yeah, I wish there was such a thing that existed.
Yeah, we can wish. What is that? That one Staples commercial they used to have had the easy button. We need to get one of those. Get one and put it right here on the desk and
where are you gonna plug it in?
We'll make it battery operated.
Okay.
Because I don't have any more outlets. I'm topped off here in this office with all the different monitors and everything I got set up.
I bet you are. I know. Looking at Danny's set up here, I can imagine what yours looks like.
Yeah. If we ever do finally have another guest on that's not part of my family, they're going to be questioning the background because they're going to, wait a minute, I thought that was your guest background. I just figured that was another room in your house or something. All of our guests, with the exception of the other TikTok creator Newports that joined us, everyone's been in that office to join us.
I know.
We'll just have to make it the official spot. Dan, you're going to have to keep your office clean.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to say I'm truly honored to be here today to explore a topic that touches the very core of our being, which is our spiritual wellness.
Yeah.
You know, in a world that often moves at lightning speed, where our attention is pulled in countless directions, spiritual wellness invites us to pause, reflect, and reconnect with something deeper. I'm talking about your relationship with God, where you can find meaning, purpose, and a sense of peace that comes from aligning our lives with our values and our faith in God. And that's important.
It is. And especially that first part where you're talking about like just kind of taking a pause and reflect. I know that's something that I still struggle with. I try to make it a point to just kind of slow down, but you get busy, you get moving around doing the daily grind, and then all of a sudden the day's gotten away from you. It's like, wait a minute, I don't think I forgot to take a moment to breathe. And I
Yeah.
notice as early as in the morning when I'm trying to, get up and get ready to go to work. I got to shower, get dressed. Oh, we got to pack my lunch. Oh, wait a minute, did I take my vitamins? Oh, shoot, I forgot to brush my teeth. Did I drink my lemon water? Because I drink my lemon water every morning, ladies and gentlemen. Just my metabolism gets my metabolism started. And I do enjoy it. I like to get that water in there before I get some coffee going.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can understand that.
Yeah.
So we're going to begin with the passage that speaks to the soul of spiritual wellness. I'm focusing on Romans 5, verses 3 through 5. And it reminds us that we rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance, endurance produces character, and character produces hope. And hope does not put us to shame because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit.
All right.
Now,
So,
the scripture is more than ancient wisdom.
okay.
It's a roadmap for the inner journey we all walk. Spiritual wellness isn't about escaping hardship. It's about transforming it. It's about finding meaning in the struggle, strength in the waiting, and hope that it anchors us even when life feels uncertain.
Okay. So that first part, what was that very first part of the passage that you said about suffering?
We rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance or perseverance. Perseverance produces character, and character produces hope.
And that first line, that we rejoice in our suffering, if you take just that out, that's where, and I've shared this with you, sometimes when I'm listening to like different readings of the Bible, I'm like, wait a minute, what? And that's where the further interpretation comes in, because wait a minute, what do you mean we rejoice in suffering? So what, suffering's a good thing? But then when you have it in context, that's where it makes a lot more sense when you talk about how it makes you stronger, it helps you build endurance, it helps you
Yes.
build resilience. Something that we talk a lot about on this, that you don't grow when you're comfortable. You grow when you're challenged. You
No.
grow when you're pushed.
Right. Exactly.
As uncomfortable as that push might be, once you get through that, you actually feel better than what you did before you had that challenge.
Absolutely. So today we're going to explore what it means to cultivate that kind of spiritual strength. How do we nourish our inner life in a world that often pulls us away from stillness and reflection? How do we let hope, not fear, shape our identity and our choices? So let's dive in together with open hearts and curious minds and see what it truly means to cultivate spiritual strength and nourish your inner life. Two pillars of spiritual wellness that help us stay grounded, hopeful, and whole even in the face of adversity. Okay?
All right, sounds good. No, I like it because I think the hardest part, even for someone who kind of has made this like almost their life's journey, is maintaining that motivation. So kind of as an example is, I've shared here numerous times that, I haven't really been going to the gym much lately. I've enjoyed it. I was going for almost a year and a half, 2 years straight, 4, sometimes 5 days a week. Felt great. And I wasn't really looking for any results. I'm 40, almost 43 years old. I've never been a big guy. I'm never gonna be a big guy, and I'm fine with that. But even after like I started to create that habit, I still found it hard to get the motivation. Now I am busy with a lot of other things between work, school, this show, Spark delivery when I have time to do that. It doesn't leave a lot of time to go to the gym, but I think where this kind of comes in, it's hard for me, someone who I know that I feel better when I go to the gym, yet I still have to force myself to go. It's just the way the human brain works. It makes zero sense to me.
I know. All right, so first let's talk about cultivating spiritual strength. So spiritual inner strength is the ability to maintain your faith, values, and inner peace during life's storms. It's not about avoiding hardship, it's about growing through it. So here are some key ways to build it. First, use mindfulness and presence. Practicing mindfulness helps you stay anchored in the present moment. Meditation, breath work, and quiet reflection allow you to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Another way to do it is through faith and meaning. Whether through religious beliefs or personal philosophy, connecting to a higher purpose gives you strength. It helps reframe suffering as part of a larger journey.
I think sometimes that's hard to really kind of paint it as like, what is that? It's not the destination, it's the journey, right? And there's an
Yes.
old saying, something like
Yes.
that. It's about how you, it's the pathway you got there. Like we as humans, and particularly Americans, we are so focused on the end results, we miss all those little moments, and that's that mindfulness piece you're talking about. We just walk through those, and that little thing that happened that we took for granted, that was probably a huge building block in how we've grown, and we totally just zoomed right past it, didn't even pay attention to it.
Well, and sometimes when you make plans and they go wrong, or you miss, your plane's late taking off, how do you know that's not God protecting you at
Exactly.
that time from something else that might have happened?
Yep.
So you anytime something like that happens, you have to look at it differently than seeing it as a roadblock.
Yeah, but I think you have to be willing to see the signs, because they say what signs are all around, right? They're always there.
Yes.
It's not that you don't see, you're just not looking.
Right.
One of
Right.
the signs that kind of sticks out in my mind that I remember the most was several years ago. We were remodeling the kitchen. So this was like 2021, 4 years ago. And I had been burning some of the flooring rather than try to take all the stuff to the dump. Well, it wasn't it was like a particle board type of wood. So even after the fire went out, it stayed hot. And I went to dump it kind of into the woods out of my fire pit, not knowing how hot it was. And it started to smoke because it was like over top of dry leaves, and was just about to catch fire. And I think Tammy happened to come home, and I happened to turn around and see as the smoke was starting to come up, I was able to run over there with a hose. Had that
Oh
at
my
that moment
gosh.
not happened, I would have had a forest fire because it was really dry. It was like March. And yeah, it would have been bad.
Yeah, that would have been bad. Another thing that we can do is gratitude and perspective. Keeping a gratitude journal or simply pausing to appreciate small blessings can shape your mindset from scarcity to abundance, even in tough times.
So do you keep a gratitude journal?
No, I don't, but I did. Remember when Pastor Jan gave us these books?
Mine's right here.
You have yours too.
Yeah. For
Is
that.
yours filled?
It's
Is yours filled?
I mean, it's filled with other stuff, not gratitude. It's just other like notes from like this podcast, or I just got stuff in here from when we were still doing Brothers Chatter, and I'd fill this out like for little notes for my therapy sessions as well. So it's full, but not with gratitude. But the reason I
got
ask
mine.
is I tried doing the gratitude thing. I had that. I had two other journals that I would try, and maybe it's my ADHD. I would sit there first thing in the morning because I was like, what a better way than start your day off than for what you're thankful for. I couldn't think of anything. In fact, all I could get stuck on was some of the typical examples they give, like, even if you can't think of anything, just thank your morning coffee. So that's literally all I kept writing down was my coffee because I couldn't think of anything. I would almost rather wait until the end of the day to write down what I'm grateful for, because that I feel like that it actually is meaning, because I'm grateful for something to happen throughout the day.
Yeah. Well, and there's nothing wrong with that, and we'll talk about that a little bit later too.
Okay.
All right. Another thing we can do is community and connection. Sharing your spiritual journey with others through Bible studies, prayer groups, spiritual mentors, or heartfelt conversation can reinforce your inner strength also.
True.
All right. So now let's talk about nourishing your inner life.
I like the sound of that.
Your inner life, your inner life is the quiet space where your soul rests, reflects, and renews. Nourishing it means tending to your soul like a garden. So some things that you can do to help with that: daily rituals. Create moments of stillness, like a morning prayer or evening journaling or walking in nature. These rituals become sacred places for renewal. I know I always loved walking in the woods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
You know,
peaceful.
it's peaceful, and it just kind of makes you appreciate the beauty that's out there. And you
Yeah.
never know what you're going to run into whenever
Well,
you're out in
and
nature.
even something small as that, it makes you, just being out in nature can help you see how small and inconvenient we really are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the daily ritual part that's what I'm talking about. That's the hard part. Like that thing that I do that isn't surrounded by the rest of daily life. That's that thing that
Yeah.
I'm still kind of missing. Maybe it's
Yeah.
maybe it's my daily Wordle.
Maybe it is.
Maybe.
Then you got to do a self-inquiry. Ask yourself meaningful questions. What matters the most to me? What I'm being called to learn. This deepens your self-awareness and spiritual clarity.
Okay. What was that question? You were what?
What am I being called to learn?
Okay.
Or what matters most to me?
Okay. So kind of like, what is the real meaning behind this?
Yes.
Okay.
I know there was a Bible scripture we were studying in Sunday school class a couple weeks ago. And basically it said to hate your mother and your father. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Isn't one of the commandments for us to honor our mother and our father?
Yeah.
Well, what happened is that in the translation is where that word was placed wrong. The Greek word for that was miseo, M-I-S-E-O. And it actually means less than, not hate.
Okay.
So, you'll find that in the Bible sometimes, how the interpretation from Greek to English, sometimes the words they choose aren't correct.
Yeah, and there's a big difference between hate.
Is off.
There's a big difference from hate to less than.
Yeah, I agree. Because I questioned that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Another thing you can do is creative expression. Art, music, poetry, or dance
Or
can be spiritual
podcasting
practices. Yeah. They allow your soul to speak in ways words cannot.
I like that. No, I mean, and I definitely feel like I
agree.
get to feel like I express myself with this. I know y'all be jealous of my wonderful dance moves and my lovely singing voice.
Well, I can honestly say before Tim's voice changed, he had a beautiful singing voice.
And I can still carry a tune.
You can carry a tune.
I can from time to time. It's just the audio, the audio fix it. I don't have anything set up in this room. This place is not suitable for my angel-like voice.
Brother.
Danny said he's very jealous.
All right. And then the last one we can do is compassionate living. Acts of kindness, forgiveness, and service are powerful ways to live out your spiritual values and keep your inner life vibrant.
Okay.
I think acts of kindness and helping others is so important because, like right now, what we're experiencing with the government shutdown.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that are on food stamps and they're worried.
Yeah.
How are they going to eat next month?
Yeah, I heard that there's some progress possibly moving on that, but I haven't really looked much at the news. I don't know. I can never tell what's true and what's not because I don't really watch the news.
I know, me neither.
Yeah.
I try to keep up on it, but I don't like to be stressed out from watching the news, so I don't watch it very often.
And it does that no matter what your political affiliation, no matter what station you watch or YouTube channel, whatever it might be, it'll stress you out regardless.
I know.
I do like the acts of kindness, especially service, especially when you're not expecting anything in return. It is something that kind of fills your soul. I read a book on it. They kind of just talked about I can't remember what the heck the name. It had to do you're finding your true power or something like that. And it talked about how even with acts of service, it's still kind of egotistical in when you feel better, you You get that sense of satisfaction knowing that you help someone else. But just because it's part of your ego doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is something I'd like to
So
do a
let's
little bit more, would be like service of others and helping other people and whatnot.
yeah. I try to do that every month as much as I can.
Yeah.
So let's put this all together. Spiritual strength and inner life are intertwined. One helps you endure, the other one helps you flourish. Together, they can create a life of depth, purpose, and peace. You don't need perfection, just intention. Start with one practice, one moment of reflection, and let it grow.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got a tickle in my throat.
I'd say you sound like you need a drink of water.
Yeah. So, some daily spiritual practices that you can use to strengthen your inner life and build endurance over time. One of them is, of course, is the morning centering, where you begin each day with a moment of silence or prayer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, asking yourself, well, what do I need spiritually today?
Yeah.
Then your gratitude journaling. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each evening.
I like the evening. I do. I think
Yes.
that makes more sense. I wish the morning part I could do, but I would rather do the evening part of. Did your
Thank you, Caleb.
I say did your butler bring you a bottle of water? I saw it pop in the screen.
No, Caleb did. Yeah, this rewires your mind to notice blessings even in the hardships. Another thing you can do is scripture reflection. Choose a verse and meditate on it. Ask, what does this teach me about endurance, character, and hope?
Mm-hmm.
Nature walk. Spend time outdoors without distractions. Leave your phone at home. Let the beauty of creation restore your sense of peace and perspective. Some prompts for inner growth to deepen your spiritual self-awareness. What does spiritual strength mean to me personally?
Okay.
When have I grown stronger through suffering? What practices help me feel most connected to God or my higher purpose? What fears or doubts am I ready to release? And how can I live more intentionally this week? I know the one where when have I grown stronger through suffering? Well, you know, last year I went through surgery for a mastectomy, and the morning of my surgery, my devotional book had written in it that God will be with you. Everything's going to be fine. And that was like, oh my golly, I'm going to have surgery and hear God speaking to me just like that.
Yeah.
And you know, while I was waiting to go into the operating room, I felt this sense of peace.
Okay.
That could have only have come from God. I wasn't scared at all.
Yeah.
I knew that He was going to be with me through the whole thing.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely. I agree. Like, definitely keeping an eye out for those signs, and then how it just kind of shows its face when you're least expecting it.
Right.
And in the most rarest forms. Okay. Now let me ask you this, because we're talking about signs, and I'm sure I probably know where you stand on this, but where do you stand along the lines of astrology, like star signs?
Well, God put the stars in the sky.
That's true. That's true.
You know, so obviously there's a purpose to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the way they're shaped. I mean, I don't get me, I'm not an astrology person, but I'll still go around telling everyone I'm an Aquarius.
Well, I'm a Taurus, so
Yeah.
you know.
But it's like when I used to read the horoscope just from time to time just to see what it said. And it's like you always read yours. It's like, oh, okay, that is just like me, or that is very similar to something I'm going through. And it makes you wonder, I mean, is that similar to kind of the signs to let you know you're on the right path, or maybe you need to shift course, or I don't know. I was just curious.
Who's writing
Yeah,
them?
who's writing them? I mean, where are they getting it from?
Is another person that's from, Aquarius, or, it's like, I never took much stock in the horoscope. So
Yeah, me either. I mean, I don't read them often, but it was always kind of cool whenever you do see one and you're like, oh, okay, that's pretty. I mean, it's kind of like whenever you get like the fortune cookies from a Chinese restaurant. Same thing. You read those, you're like, hey, look at my fortune.
Oh, wow. I know.
Now
I had
they're
a fortune cookie yesterday.
Well, now they're not even fortunes anymore. They're just like old proverbs that it's kind of the same thing, like a motivational type thing. And then if you flip it over, it what usually teaches you how to say a word in Chinese, as well as your 6 lucky letters that you should go play for the lottery, I guess.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's kind of like when I think like looking for signs, it's kind of like you never see a certain type of car until you buy that car, and then all of a sudden everybody owns that car.
Yep. All right, so as we wrap up today's conversation, I want to leave you with this. Spiritual wellness isn't a destination, it's a daily practice. It's found in the quiet moments when you check in with yourself, in the way you treat others, and in the choices you make that reflects your values. You don't need a mountaintop or a monastery to begin. You just start small.
Mm-hmm.
So try setting aside 5 minutes each day to read the Bible, reflecting, meditating, or simply feeling the presence of God around you. Find a Bible verse that really speaks to your heart and soul. Memorize it. Let it become your mantra. Okay. I know I have this journal that I write in. When I was reading the Bible through, any verse that really spoke to me, I would write down in this journal. And I've been using this journal for over a year now, and it's pretty full.
Yeah. And I like doing that. I can tell you, I've had trouble. I don't know. I think that's kind of where I've been on like my supplement journey, is trying to get my brain back to that, like where I'll hear things and I just start taking notes. And I do in some aspects. Like I'll notice when we're sitting in church, I'll see you over there writing, but you're taking notes based off of the sermon.
The sermon. Yes.
And I was in that mode when I was taking Adderall for my ADHD. Man, I'd be locked in. I'd be like, oh wow. And I'd be taking all these notes. But ever since I stopped taking it, that's where I was telling you the one day, like I struggled to kind of like really find it, but it's me. Like I know it's my own attention to start shifting to other stuff. So I just need to find a way to get myself back in so I can kind of get that same meaning, because I know there's a meaning there. It's just going over my head.
Well, the reason I pay attention so much is because in Sunday school class, we go over the scripture that he's going to be talking about, and we try to guess what his sermon's going to be about.
You did tell me that. That's right. Which, okay, that does make it a little bit more fun. It makes it easier for you to pay attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we look at okay, is he going in this direction or is he going in that direction? We try to figure it out. And that's why I'm able to pay attention to what he's saying now.
True.
So that's why I take notes, so that I compare it to what notes I took in Sunday school class.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy that.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this. Are you a long form note taker or a short form note taker?
Short form.
Okay. So like you'll just write down like a word or two and exactly, if you read that later, you know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Very seldom have a full sentence. Very seldom.
That's the way I am. I have probably 20 index cards packed here on different individual piles for specific reasons that only my brain can interpret. But they're all full of like 1 or 2 word phrases with bullet points or numbers, and I'm the only one who can keep track of it. If anyone else were to walk in here, they'd be like, what the heck does this even mean?
Yeah. I don't finish sentences. I just, that's just me.
The only problem is if I don't if I write that note and then I don't look at it for like say 6 months, I'll be, what the heck was I thinking when I wrote that? Because then you can't remember. So you have to look at it again soon after to kind of really remind yourself of what the thought was. Because if not, you can lose it.
Yeah. Another thing to do also for 5 minutes each morning is getting yourself a devotional book. This particular devotional book, there's a date at the top, then there's a little passage, and then it has some scripture at the bottom that refers to in the Bible
Okay.
that kind of goes along with that message.
Okay.
And it's easy to spend 5 minutes just doing that.
That I wouldn't mind doing, like you said, because it's something that might take 5-10 minutes tops. A couple minutes to read the message, and then a scripture at the bottom. Now, does it have any type of like reflective, like questions or anything like that, or?
No, it doesn't have any questions in
Okay.
it.
That'd be cool. Like
But-
something that has like reflective questions afterwards to kind of really get that critical thinking part of
Well-
your brain working.
That's where Bible study comes in.
Okay.
Like this book here, Why the Nativity by David Jeremiah. This one is, each chapter is only like 3 small pages. And at the end are discussion questions.
Okay.
So, so that's what, and if anybody wants a copy of this book, I ordered 30 copies.
Did you?
Let me know and I'll be glad to give you one.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I've been trying
Yeah,
to get back more into reading. Right now I'm reading Organizing Solutions for ADHD Decoded.
This one is 25 compelling reasons why we celebrate the birth of Jesus. So this is an Advent season book,
Okay.
Bible study in a way.
Right.
But Dr. David Jeremiah, he's really popular.
Yeah. Ashley
In
said
fact,
she wants a copy.
He's involved with Turning Point USA.
Oh, okay.
That's where he comes from.
Okay.
In fact, I think he's the one that started it. And you all know where he came, Turning Point.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk's wife works there.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
All
that's
right.
really cool. I liked the little devotional thing because I have my Bible. I'll be honest, I don't, outside of church, I don't really read it, but that's why I bring my own, so that if I have a moment, sometimes I'll kind of read through whatever the scripture is that's going to be covered on Sundays. So just kind of,
Yes.
and sometimes I can look at it and I'm like, okay, I kind of see the meaning there. And then there's other times I read, I'm like, I have no idea where we're going with this.
Right. And there's a lot of scripture like that. But there's all kinds of tools out on the internet that you can use to help you to understand that.
Mhm.
There's one called Bible Hub that I use, and BibleProject.org. I mean, there's just, if you don't understand something, there's lots of resources you can use.
True. Or
to
you, I
find,
mean, heck,
answers.
if nothing else, you could just Google it. But yeah,
Right.
but like you said, there's other tools that kind of give you probably a little bit of a better response. Okay.
Yes. Of course, another thing to do is spend time in nature and notice what brings you peace. Look at all that God has created.
We don't spend enough time outside, people.
Yeah. I know. I always loved going to the beach every summer, and I like to just sit on the beach, look at the ocean, and watch the waves and the horizon.
That is the best
How
part.
peaceful is that?
When we go to the beach, which we didn't go this year, but when Tammy and I go to the beach, our first day, that's literally all we do. We spend one day, nothing but the beach. We'll eat some breakfast. We get it out there like in the late morning, maybe. And we spend most of the day on the beach and just enjoy it. Just enjoy the sun, enjoy the waves, even enjoy the
Yeah.
people a little bit. I mean, people are just there relaxing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's times like that I wouldn't want to live there all the time because I think that would ruin the novelty of it.
I agree with you
But
there.
I remember several years ago, we had an opportunity to buy Tammy's aunt's mobile home. It's not a mobile home, but it was like a little modular they had in a little like uppity trailer park. And I always said, if I had had the money, it was like $70,000. If I had $70,000, I would have bought that place. Like, because we could then go down to Rehoboth Beach or Ocean City or whatever whenever time we wanted.
Yeah. Another thing you can do is journal your thoughts, your questions, your gratitude. Buy a journal and write down anything you feel like writing down.
Yeah. The hardest part with journaling, and it feels like more of an excuse, but it's also an excuse some excuses are legit. Some excuses are real. Myself, someone with ADHD, I've tried 5 different journals and none of them really, I just was able to, I couldn't get myself into the moment to do them. I've tried anything from a blank one. I even got like one that looked like old leather, something from like 300 years ago, had like the wraparound leather strap to it because I thought maybe the vintage look of it would make me want to write in it. Didn't work. I even had ones that even had prompts in them meant for people with ADHD. It was a little bit better, but I still couldn't force myself to do it. So I love the idea in journaling. I definitely think it works. Here's what I kind of relate this kind of stuff to. It's kind of like when people are trying to quit smoking. There's all different kinds of strategies that people use to quit smoking or quit drinking or whatever it is you're trying to quit, the bad things in life. But whatever works for you may not necessarily work for me. What may not necessarily work for someone else. But then at the same time, two other people might be able to do exactly what you did and say, oh, wow, thank you for that information because that's exactly what I needed.
Yeah. Yep. Another thing you can do is connect with others in a meaningful way. Listen deeply, speak kindly, and show compassion. Find a church to attend. We go to New Covenant Church out on Frederick Street.
Mm-hmm.
Every Sunday, our service is at 11, and you're most welcome there anytime you like.
Definitely. And we definitely need some youth.
Yes. And you'd be surprised how fulfilling it is to have fellowship with other Christians. It's like it renews your soul with joy and contentment.
Mm-hmm. It really does.
Most importantly, it does. Be gentle with yourself. Growth takes time, and your spiritual path is uniquely yours.
They say Rome wasn't built in a day, right?
That's right. So spiritual wellness isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about showing up for yourself and your faith, even when life feels uncertain. These practices are invitations, not obligations. Start with one and let it grow. Spiritual wellness is also about living with purpose, presence, and connection to God. So wherever you are on your journey, know that every step counts. Thank you for joining me today, and may your spirit be nourished, your heart be open, and your path be lit with faith, love, and the amazing grace of God. And I hope you all make it worth your spiritual wellness.
Ooh, that's a good one, Mom. I like that one. That was
I'd like
good.
to finish with I thought it was.
That was good.
And I like to finish with this. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. And as Pastor Michael would say, be blessed to be a blessing, loved ones.
It's good.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. No problem. Thank you very much. That was good. That's good. All right, my fellow wellness warriors, give my mother a round of applause. Excellent. Excellent. How nervous were you?
A little bit.
Yeah. It's not too bad once we get...
I didn't mind it, though. I mean, being a former manager, and having to talk a lot, to people, I kind of am familiar with having to do that. So.
Yeah, and it's an odd thing because even though, like, from your end, you can't see any of the live stuff. So as far as from a physical lens, as far as you're concerned, it's just me and you just having a conversation, which is kind of ideally what you like it to be like. But then there's that part in your brain that still knows you're on camera, knows other people are going to see this. Millions of people, maybe, but a lot of people are going to see. Yeah, a lot of people are going to see this. So, okay. All right. Well, as promised, as our guest on Bargain Brand Wellness, every guest, if y'all didn't know, gets to help create another song to add to the Patreon playlist. So I'm going to head over to ChatGPT so we can develop this prompt. Did you kind of figure out what it is you want to make a song about?
I wanted to say, find your meaning, find your purpose, find your sense of peace, and find your joy.
Right, hold on. I need a prompt to create a song for Singify. It should include the words. Say it again.
Find your meaning.
Okay.
Find your purpose.
Find your purpose.
Find your sense of peace.
Find your sense of peace.
And find your joy.
And find your joy. Okay. All right. What genre?
Let's do country.
country song. All right, we'll have ChatGPT will probably be able to give us a better prompt for this. All right, create a slow emotional country ballad with a gentle acoustic guitar, soft drums, subtle steel guitar in the background. Songs should feel hopeful, introspective, and sincere. Okay, find your meaning, find your purpose, find your sense of peace, and find your joy. Verses should tell the story of someone who's been searching through heartbreak, struggle, and faith, but learns the real peace of it. Okay, I like this. This is good. Let me take this over and plug it in.
Yeah, it sounds good.
I will say Singify does a pretty good job of these songs. I have not been disappointed yet. The only time I won't even say I was disappointed is when I was first messing with it. I was trying to create some of the background music that y'all can hear. And I don't even know how much you guys can hear. It's really more for me because I don't hear anything other than just myself talking. But there was a couple times the songs weren't coming out exactly how I wanted them to, but all right, so we're going to use 2 credits for, or not one. No, this one only costs 1 credit. Just a better version of it. All right, looks like the name of the song is going to be Back Road Sunset.
Huh.
That's different.
Yeah.
All right, let's generate that. Give it a minute, and yeah, it should literally only take about 2 to 3 minutes. Appreciate all the love over there on TikTok. While we were talking, we got almost 10,000 likes, thanks to the likes of Danny, Ashley, and Caleb. And I think Steven was over there for a minute. I think Steven's over on YouTube, or he was. I don't know if he's still over there or not. We're yeah. So no, I'm excited, appreciative as well that you have popped on, that you guys have been willing to hop on as we make this slow growth into the content creator world. It's been fun.
Anytime you want me to come back,
yeah, definitely,
and discuss spiritual wellness, there's lots of verses in the Bible we can cover.
Absolutely. And it's funny because, even I was thinking as we were going over this, especially toward the end, I started thinking like signs that exist and how tonight's episode almost didn't happen.
I know.
Right?
You know what got to me was after I talked to you this morning, I thought, I wonder if that's the devil doing that.
Could be.
But I also encourage our viewers that if you're not a Bible person, but you want to learn more about what it's all about, there are shows out there on TV that you can watch. On not Angel Studios, on the Chosen app, which is a free app you can download, you can watch the show The Chosen. And there's 5 seasons out there, and it talks about the ministry of Jesus from the time he started when he was 30, and they're up through season 5 right now, and that's up until he's betrayed by Judas with a kiss. So season 6 is going to be his crucifixion, and season 7 is going to be his resurrection.
Okay. All right. And so as far as you're aware, this is pretty historically accurate as it relates to the Bible for the most part.
It is, but they do take creative liberties just to kind of give it more of a story.
Okay.
But when it comes to scripture, yes, it's accurate.
Okay.
They don't change the scripture. Another show that's out there you can watch and it's on Prime Video, it's called House of David. I really like House of David too. It talks about King David, David and Goliath, if you ever heard of that story. It's only got 2 seasons out right now, but you can watch them on Prime Video.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Then there's another show. There's all these shows coming out around spiritual media. On Angel Studios, they have a show called Testament. And it's about the book of Acts, which is the book in the Bible after the Gospels, the Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Okay. This is after Jesus goes back to heaven.
Gotcha.
And the telling in this show is more of a modern day Acts. So, it's not biblical in any way. And it's really good too, and it's very accurate as far as the scripture, though they do take some creative liberties, to
Okay.
make it more of a story. But they're all very well done, every one of them.
Yeah, I
So
remember
if anyone,
I can't remember. I was doing something. I started watching The Chosen, and
yeah,
I think I had too much stuff going on, so I couldn't get in my focus, and I was like, I don't really have time to watch this right, and I haven't picked it back up, but I do want to check it out, because I'm always looking, first of all, I'm always looking for another good show to watch. Not that I have a whole heck of a lot of time to watch TV.
I know. Well, The Chosen actually started several years ago, probably 6 or 7 years ago.
Okay.
Was when season 1 was put out.
Did y'all see what she did there? 6, 7?
Oh no! I can't believe I did that.
That's right. That's going to get us some views right there.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry.
It's the stupidest thing, but it's so funny because it's just.
I know.
So.
Well, I was watching on YouTube, one of my people I always watch, and they were dressed up for a trunk or treat, and one had on a 6 and one had on a 7.
I think that was probably the most popular Halloween costume this year.
Yeah, they were saying that how it all started was a meme on TikTok. Some basketball player was asked how tall he was, and he went 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah,
and that's where it came from.
It started there, but then it's also closely linked to a rap song by a rapper by the name of Skrilla.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's just one of those weird sayings that are real popular, right? That's like, when we were younger, or when you were younger, what was it? What's up? Was that?
What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that before. The reason we hate on some of the things nowadays is because they're ever changing because of social media, and we're all connected because of the internet. Sayings that we had when we were kids, or saying that you had when you were a kid, they lasted longer. That saying would last for a good year or two, maybe. So, all right, it looks like our song is done. So let me turn off the background music.
I'm anxious to hear this.
Yeah. All right. So both of them are, let's see, the first one was 2 minutes and 25 seconds. The second was 2 minutes, 17 seconds. They're the exact same lyrics. They just kind of change up the style a little bit. So, yeah. Can you hear that all right?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I did the wrong thing. This is an instrumental. I was like, wait a minute. That doesn't sound right. Hold on. That's my fault, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try this again. Luckily, that one only cost me 1 credit. I was like, wait a minute. Doesn't this cost me 5 credits? That definitely didn't sound like a country song either.
No, it didn't.
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. We're having technical difficulties over here. It wasn't my fault, actually. It was something else. Danny put there, he goes, that doesn't sound like country. There we go. Now the prompt's taking a lot longer to generate. There we go. Okay, this title, here we go. I like this a little bit better. This one's called Find Your Meaning.
Okay.
And your lines looks like find your meaning, find your purpose, and all that. It looks like it's part of the chorus. Okay. No, I like that. That should be better. Shouldn't take long to generate either. Okay. Cool. So, yeah, so while we're waiting on that, as I was showing Mom on here, they finally came in with the official Make It Worth Your Wellness flagship t-shirts are finally in. We're not going to do the drawing tonight. We're going to do the drawing on Monday to see who gets their first official free t-shirt. We'll be drawing from our Wellness Warrior Cruise. If you're a member of the Patreon, you get a free name added to the hat, as well as all of my Wellness Warrior of the Day winners get an additional name for every time they won that badge. So if you're interested in winning future merch, you might want to see if you can get Wellness Warrior of the Day, or if nothing else, join the Patreon. It's free to join, and you get your name in the hat. Can't hurt nothing. We do have these on sale as well. They are $15 plus shipping and handling. They come in all different sizes. This is a large. It's not a super baggy large. I think it fits like a regular large. So just kind of keep that in mind whenever, if anybody's interested in joining. Our official Christmas sweater has launched. It will be it'll be available the week before Thanksgiving, but I'll be unveiling the one I ordered as soon as it comes in. It should be here sometime next week. So maybe next Saturday we'll unveil our Christmas shirt.
I could not wear that to church.
No, you definitely couldn't, but it's still appropriate. Well, and it's also kind of sacrilegious because it says Merry Fitmas. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I probably wouldn't wear it to church. All right, here it goes. See, that was quick. One is much longer than the other. The first one is 3 minutes and 29 seconds. The second one is 2 minutes and 45 seconds. But, all right, here we go. Now that sounds more like country.
Yes.
Dusty miles and worn out boots chase the shadow of the truth. Whiskey nights and prayers unheard, learn the hard way every word. They said climb that mountain, grab the gold, but peace ain't found in what you hold. It's the quiet hum of letting go, a heartbeat steady, soft and slow. Find your meaning, find your purpose, find your sense of peace and find your joy. Let the stars light where your worth is, not in the noise, but the silence you'll employ.
Pretty good. This is a duet.
Whoa.
I haven't had that before.
Then the wind spoke low and clear. Child, what you seek is here. Not in trophies, not in fame, but the breath that bears your name. Find your meaning, find your purpose, find your sense of peace and find your joy. Let the stars light where your worth is, not in the noise, but the silence you'll employ.
Okay. All right, so that's first like 2 minutes of that. That's pretty good. That's gonna be hard to beat. All right, here is the second one.
Dusty miles and worn out beats chase the shadow of the truth. Whiskey nights and prayers unheard, learn the hard way every word. They said climb that mountain, grab the gold, but peace ain't found in what you hold. It's the quiet hum of letting go, a heartbeat steady, soft and slow. Find your meaning, find your purpose, find your sense of peace and find your joy. Let the stars light where your worth is, not a noise, but the silence you'll employ. Highways led to nowhere's gate, hollow winds that celebrate. Mirrors show
He's both pretty good.
face. Tired of running my own race. Then the wind spoke low and clear. Shout, what you seek is here. Not in trophies, not in fame, but the breath that bears your name. Find your meaning, find your purpose, find your sense of peace, and find your joy. Let the stars light where your worth is, not in noise, but the silence you'll know. At 2 a.m.
Okay, that's the first 2 minutes of that song. All right, not bad, not bad. What do you think?
They're both pretty good.
They are.
But I kind of like the duet better.
Yeah, I do too. The second one was good. It kind of felt more like a Christian rock song a little bit, but it had a little bit of that twang to it. But I agree. That was our first duet. So you want the first one?
Yeah, I like the duet.
All right, so we'll download that. That'll be added to the Patreon once again, which is also free. Y'all can access that. Head on over there to Patreon, join, and listen to these wonderful songs we've created. Anything from Find Your Meaning to the Cape Crusader and the Clown. We have all kinds of good stuff. We even have something over there, a Halloween favorite called Leatherface Lullaby. So, all right, Mom. Well, thank you for hopping on here. It's been a great
Absolutely,
show.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do it again. And like I said, I'm glad
Yeah,
we
if you
ended
want
up
me
doing
to come
this.
back,
Sounds
if you
like
ever want me to come back, just let me know.
sounds good. All right, well, enjoy. Be safe getting home. I know it's not far, but still, it's dark out. All right, we'll see you later.
Bye, Wellness Warriors.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was fun. That was fun. All right, give me 1 second. We're gonna shift on over. Just got to kind of move things around here real quick, and we're gonna get into our games where we have a whole heck of a lot of fun. Y'all know it. Y'all love it. I know I do. Bam, 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 bam. Let's move chat around. Now y'all ready for sure? Y'all getting this for show? All right. Yeah, that was fun. So, yeah, excited to kind of keep moving forward. Before we jump into our games, just as a nice little reminder, we will be doing our drawing for Wellness Warrior free merch on Monday's stream. See who wins that. I'm excited to see who gets the first shirt. But if you want to purchase it, you can also click on the link in the Patreon and order one. Our returning Wellness Warriors of the Day from Thursday stream over on YouTube. Stephen Twig was in a tight rate with Mom and Ashley. But he ended up pulling out the dub over there. I don't know if Steven's still over on YouTube or not, but Steven, if you are, you won. Yay! And then over on TikTok, Ashley Marine won her 4th Wellness Warrior of the Day over there. Just barely beating out Danielson. So, yeah, super excited. If we want, I'll tell you what, before we get into our first game, if y'all want to get into the Will Wellness picks, feel free. We can start out there. Before we jump into our Wordle. Or if you guys would rather, we can get into the Wordle and instead of spinning the wheel, why don't you can just pick one? Either one works for me. Gives you a chance to kind of think about it too. Bam, 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 bam. Let's see what else we got on here. What else? The only thing else I didn't mention yet, and I don't know how I could have forgot. I didn't actually forget. If you haven't heard the news, we are officially partnered with none other than Dude Wipes, our first official sponsor. Super excited about that. Super excited what that's going to mean for the future of this channel. We have our first shipment coming to us. Should be here anytime, honestly, within the next few days. Basically, the agreement with them is they'll send me free stuff. All I got to do is just make a video and tag them in it anytime I get a free shipment. So, pretty good deal if you ask me. So, all right, Ashley says she wants a hot seat question. All right, Ashley, your pick. What would you like to ask? I do have a hot seat question prepared just in case, but if you got one, it's your pick. I appreciate all that love over there. 13,000 likes over on TikTok, several gifts. I think from a financial donation point, I think that's one of our highest numbers over there. I don't know if you guys are able to see it, but I don't know how much of that I get out of TikTok. I'm not 100. I don't know exactly how it translates over, but hey, we're officially monetized on TikTok, so we're happy about that. I think that is kind of the one thing I did forget to mention while Ashley's figuring out what she wants for her hot seat question. We're really trying to. We're seeing decent growth, but we want to see some major growth. In order to get monetized over on YouTube, we need 1,000 subscribers. As it stands today, we're at 19. We got ways to go, and we need a lot of watch hours as well. So yeah, we want to bump those numbers up. So if you enjoy this content, share it. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your loved ones, tell your coworkers, tell your worst enemy. You never know, you might make a friend. So we're at 19 subscribers on YouTube. I'd like to bump that up. I'd like to set a goal. I don't know what it's going to be. We'll announce something on Monday. Let's set a goal on YouTube for 25 subscribers. 19 to 25. That's not bad. So we only need 6 subscribers. There's 60 some of you who are members on our Facebook group page. If y'all went over and clicked on YouTube's and subscribed, bam, we're there. We're there. And I'd like to get the Patreon from 7 to 10 members too. Same thing. That's free. That's free. Just click on it. Just click on it. All right, hot seat question. What made you decide to go back to school? That's a great question, actually. There's actually several things, and I don't know if I ever talked about it on here before or not. One of the first things was actually my therapist. We had just been talking about it, and I had kind of mentioned before about, how I was kind of finding for my passion for wellness. I've been on this wellness journey for the last few years, not just physical health, but mental health especially. And, we got into, starting this show. This show, even though I just started it back in the spring, this show actually can probably identify its birth to probably like 2-3 years ago. I just never really got it started. Plus, we were also in the midst of Brothers Chatter, and I didn't think I would be able to do 2 shows. So it kind of started there and then kind of led into conversations about, higher education and things of that nature. And then around the same time, which kind of fits in with what the conversation Mom and me were just talking about with like the signs that are out there. My supervisor, I can't even remember the actual conversation we were having, but she brought up about I was looking for more, and she mentioned about going back to school. And I think at the same time, I saw an email or something about tuition reimbursement through my employer, and everything just lined up, and bam, here we are. Just like that, we're back in school. So it was kind of a combination of that conversation, tuition reimbursement plus therapy, all led back to me being back in school. And it's been a fun journey. I'm in the beginning of year. I don't even remember how long it's been now. I started in the spring, so I'm at the end of my year 2 because I started it in the spring. I didn't start in the fall. So I'm at the end of year 2 right now. 2 more classes, and then I'll have a break over Christmas, and then starting the spring or winter session, that'll be my beginning of my 3rd year. So, and it's had its up and downs. Most of my classes I've liked. I will say with, online school, it's enjoyable. It's nice for someone with a busy schedule. I would have preferred to go to in-person classes where I could kind of interact with my peers, my instructor. For someone who works 40 hours a week, I don't see where I would have ever had that kind of time. So it's beneficial there. Some of the stuff, there's a lot of reading, a lot of discussion posts. Not everything's the most engaging, but you get out of it what you get out of it. And there's been some struggles. I've had a couple classes that have been a little bit difficult. In fact, I've shared with a lot of people. I was really excited, proud of myself. Throughout this first 2 years, I've had a 4.0 GPA, which I was never, I was good in school, but I was never a straight A student. And I thought I could keep that, but I just finished an advanced research writing class, and I ended up getting a B in that class. And it was tough. I didn't really like the instructor's methods. Like, things would be due one day, but then you didn't even get your grade until like a week later. Like there wasn't a lot of good time management on the instructor's part. So I'm not even mad that I got a B. What I'm really mad about was what B I got. I got an 89% in that class, 1 percentage point away from an A and maintaining a 4.0 GPA. So, but it is what it is. You know, it's one of those things, and my therapist has told me, other psychologists and therapists who are kind of like becoming like my mentors for this. No one looks at that. No one's going to go and look back and saw you got to be in advanced research writing. In fact, you'll probably be the only person that knows unless you tell everybody. So, Caleb, thank you for all those roses over there, buddy. I appreciate the love. But yeah, so that's a long answer to your good question, but a great question, actually. Thank you guys for that. All right, with that being said, let's get into some games. I know that's what you guys like. I know y'all love the conversation, but y'all like playing some games. I'm ready to play some games too. Let's get into our daily Wordle. Give me 1 second. We're going to shift our screens for a second. We ain't playing hard mode. Some of these are hard enough as it is. All right, y'all know the drill with the Wordle. I'm going to draw a letter. Let's see if we can not get a vowel here. Please. No vowels. See if we can get some love. Ooh, okay, this is different. We're starting with the letter F. Starting with the letter F. All right. Throw a 5-letter word there up in chat. Preferably something that has using 2 different vowels, and try not to repeat any consonants if at all possible. I got one word that popped in my head. Okay, forge. I like forge. That's a good one. I was thinking favor, but we'll take it. Hey, I like it. We got the O in the right place, and the E's not in the right place, but I like it. Okay. What are we thinking here? Blank O. Blank. I'm not thinking it's an O-E word, so I'm thinking that E goes here. Blank. I was thinking mower, but there's no R. Blank O, blank E, blank is what I'm thinking. T-O. What about H-O? I like H-O. I like H-O. H-O blank E blank. Everything I'm coming up with ends with an R, though. I was thinking hover. Maybe it's not H-O. Honed? That's not okay. I like that one. Yeah, I like honed. Let's rock that one. Hey, okay, we got the O and the E, which we kind of already knew that. We kind of already knew where the O and the E were. All right, remember, if we get this from 3, we get to make another song, which we're running out of credits, but I did get official confirmation from Singify. Our credits do refresh to 100 credits at the beginning of the month. I think I started it like right before their time period. They roll it back on the 3rd of the month. So technically it should have reset last week. I was just worried we were going to run out of credits in a month because it feels like it's been forever. But you figure if you're doing 3 streams a week, that those credits do add up pretty quickly. Plus a lot of it went towards making my background music, so we probably won't use that much. All right, blank O blank E blank. Man, I wish we had a consonant because I don't think we're going to get this in 3, but I really just want to find something. Something using up a bunch of consonants. Summit? That's not how you spell summit. What about paw? Hmm. This is a hard one. I know that's not how you spell posit. Posit spelled IT. It's not how you spell possum. And obviously there could always be double like the same consonant. But I try not to guess that unless we're pretty sure that's what the answer is. S-O blank E blank. Solar spelled with an A, an R, which there's no R. This is a hard one. K-O. I don't know many 5-letter K words. What about L? L-O blank E blank. First thing that comes to my mind is a lover, loner. D. It could end in an S. Could be loves. I don't think they usually do plural. Well, that's not really a plural word. I hate to use it. I don't really want to use a V. V's aren't very popular. Lopes is lobes, like lovey. Lovey or loves, either one. I'm not a big fan of using a V here. Not that there's no words with V's, but it's not a very common one. Okay. So it's a double S, but if there's going to be a double letter, S is pretty popular. I like souls. Yeah, let's go with souls. No, but we do have an L. Watch. You know what? Actually, I'm rocking. I know it's not. There's no S. Let's try lovey. Lovey and 4. No, it ends in an L. Okay. All right. So we've got blank O blank EL. I'm seeing novel, but there's no V. Yeah, you saw it too. Mob. That's not how you spell mobile. Hotel? No, we already use H. Motel. Motel. Yeah, Dan, you put it in right as I saw it. Motel and 5. Bam, got it. In 5. Hey, we don't get to make another song, but we got it. So a hip, a hop, a hip to the hop, hop de hop, hop, hop. We got that one. Boom! That's how we do this thing. All right, let's get a spin on the wheel of wellness. Y'all know that's what we do after every game, especially a game that we win. Why wouldn't we get a spin on the wheel of wellness? It's fun, people. Especially on the After Dark episode. Well, you know what? The Lord gives signs. We get to make a song anyway. We land on Sin Session. We're going to make a song. We won't make it about Wordle because we've already done 2 about Wordle. But we are going to make a song. What was the word? Motel. Ooh, okay. We can do a song about a motel. Let's get some stuff. Let's get some prompts out there. Let's make a song about a motel. Instead of Hotel California, we'll do Motel New York. How's that sound? One night stand at a motel. Oh, Daniel-san. Dark, rainy motel. See, I like where Ashley's going a little bit better. Danny, you need Jesus. I mean, we just passed the spooky season, and we got a couple horrific type songs on there. Let's do like a Halloween themed song, right? It doesn't even have to be Halloween themed, but I like Dark Rainy Motel. Weird, I thought this was called After Dark. That is true. That is true. But it's not that kind of channel, though. One night stand at a motel. I mean, I guess it could be... Here, let's do this. could it be a subtle hint at a one night stand? Kind of like well, I guess it's not really subtle. I'm thinking like even Tina Turner's Private Dancer. I mean, that's not very subtle, but you know, there's other songs that have sexual innuendos in them, but you really wouldn't know unless you're really looking there. So let's do a mixture of both. All right. What genre? What genre? And I don't think this is a country song. Nothing against country, but we've been doing a lot of country lately. Oh, we got 14 credits left, which will be perfect because it should rap. Rap song? We haven't done a rap song yet. Should I say rip rap or hip hop? We'll say rap song and see what it comes up with. A rap song about a night spent at a dark motel on a rainy night with subtle hints at the purpose being for a one night stand. Yeah, let's do that. I like that. Subtle hints at the purpose being for a one night stand. Okay, let's see what this comes up with. I think the name of I thought I saw it. Rain Check Rendezvous is the name of the song. Yeah, Rain Check Rendezvous. I kind of like that name. That's pretty good. This is just going to be we're not even going to do wellness anymore. We're just going to create this channel into a channel where we just make songs. All right. Rap, dark atmosphere, sultry undertones. Okay. Name of the song is Rain Check Rendezvous. We're going to spend 5 credits. You know what this is? It cost me $100 for the yearly subscription. Singify is pretty cool. It is, I think it's $8.99 a month. But I think I think it's more than that. I think it's cheaper if you pay for the whole year up front. It's basically $100 for the whole year. It's in a month, it's almost been worth $100 with all the songs we've created on here. Definitely enjoyed. All right, Rain Check Rendezvous is working in the background. While that is working, use the money from TikTok for it. Right now, the money from that is true, but I already spent it, and like I said, it was well worth it. Right now, the any money I've made from TikTok is going straight into the Bargain Brand Wellness PayPal account. I need to look into, this is kind of off topic a little bit. I need to eventually look into at what point, if I even need to, because we sell merch, do I need to apply for an LLC? If I even need to, I need to look more into like what is the requirements for that, because we are generating income, especially if we are selling merch as well. So I need to look into more like the rules behind that. But all right, so while we're waiting, let's go ahead and get into our next game. We're gonna play Connections or giveaway. See, and I do want to do giveaways. And when I say giveaways, more than just merch. Eventually, I would like to give away like a wellness product of some kind, which could be anything from like a shaker bottle to could be, I was actually thinking about this. It's kind of goofy, but like the little pill caddies. But the one I bought off of Amazon, it comes in its own big case. It's like this big. It comes in its own big case, and then each day of the week has its own thing that you pull out, and you can separate day and night. I was thinking even something like that would be like a cool little thing for people. Eventually, what I wouldn't even mind doing is if we can start to get more sponsors, especially local sponsors, see if they'd be willing to donate items that we could use for giveaways as well. But no, so I like that. All right, let's get into our daily connections. Y'all know the drill. We got 4 groups here, 4 categories. We see the words, we just got to figure out what the categories are. All right, Raven, Pinky, Chip, Jet, Clyde, File, Rocky, Inky, Hardy, Sue, Teller, Charge, Share, Pitch, Itchy, and Indict. Okay. A lot of names on here. Okay. All right. So the first thing I'm seeing is names of a duo. All right, so hear me out. Pinky and the Brain, cartoon from Animaniacs, Chip and Dale, Rocky and Bullwinkle, Bullwinkle, and Penn and Teller. But then Sonny and Cher. Yeah, maybe that's not a category. Or maybe it is, but one of them that could fit actually goes with something else. You said take Rocky out. I was thinking Rocky and Bullwinkle. That's pretty popular. But Rocky could go with something else. Rocky, Hardy. Okay. Maybe. Well, I mean, we can rock it. No. Ooh, and we're not even one away. Oh, yeah, and Bonnie and Clyde. I feel like one of the categories is like a duo. But what duo? I have no idea. Because, yeah, Bonnie and Clyde. Okay, we'll have to come back to that one. Because I feel like that's definitely a category. Okay. But it could be Rocky and Hardy, you know, tough. But I don't really... Take Pinky out. Maybe. There's so many in there. I'd like to come... I want to try to solve another category, and we'll come back to that one. This feels like one of those where like that's one of the categories, but the rest are like very abstract. Itchy, inky, pitch. Because then you got like itchy, pitch. Yeah, itchy and scratchy. Okay. Pinky, Itchy, Rocky, Hardy. Where's Itchy and Scratchy from? What is that? I know that. Is that also from Animaniacs? I can't remember. Ashley says, Pinky, Itchy, Rocky, Hardy. What are your thoughts there? Charge. The heck? Pitch, charge. Chip. Yeah, The Simpsons, that's right. The cat and mouse. Okay. Charge, jet. And then how does indict fit into this one? Because teller could even like be a bank teller. Okay, yeah. So I saw file and teller. I was thinking like, okay. So things you do at a bank? Well, I guess sue is something you do. Teller file. Sue file, teller charge. They're like legal terms, I guess. But teller, when I think teller, then teller I can think is court. Sue, charge, indict. Oh, yeah, charge. You put charge twice. Sue, charge, indict, file. Yeah. There we go. And that was the yellow category. Take to court. Okay, cool. I'll be honest, I wasn't 100%. I wasn't 100% sure if that's how you spell sue, as in you're suing someone. Okay. So that helps clear some of these out. So as far as the names goes, we still have Penn and Teller, Bonnie and Clyde, Sonny and Cher, which is the last name in those. I feel like... I still think this is a category, and I'm pretty sure these three are in it. We just got to figure out because it's Chip and Dale, Pinky and the Brain, Rocky and Bullwinkle. So it's not that one. Yeah, Cher, Clyde, and Teller, I agree, go together. We just got to figure out, is there a Raven? I'm seeing cartoons, but I can't remember which ones we tried with the first guess. So Chip, Itchy, or Rocky, and then Itchy and Scratchy could be cartoons, but it's the first name. So maybe that's the category. And then the Teller, Pitch, and or Teller, Clyde, and Cher might not even be on it. So let's try this one. Yeah, okay, that was the purple. Rodents who were in a first in a cartoon duo. I didn't even think first. I don't think we're going to have 2 categories of duos, though. I could be wrong. But, I mean, honestly, Black for Raven, Jet. Oh, okay. Colors of Black. Good pull. So Jet Black, Pitch Black, Raven Black, Inky Black. Good pull, Mom. I wasn't even seeing that one. I got Pitch. Jet, Pitch, Raven. Are we thinking Inky? If it's not Inky, it's Hardy. But I feel like Hardy's going to go with this Cher, Teller, Clyde, and then someone who's Hardy. Other than the Hardy Boys. I'm thinking Inky. Let's rock Inky. Bam! Got it. Colors of Black. Good pull, Mom. Good pull. And then Hardy, Clyde, Teller, and Cher. This must be duos. Second in a famous real-life duo. Who's Hardy? I don't know who that is. Here, let's just ask ChatGPT. Just because I like to know. I'm curious. We do this stuff to learn. Laurel and Hardy? Okay, I'm going to Google that. Jeff and Matt Hardy. I've heard that. Who is Laurel? What is that? Laurel and Hardy. I never heard of that one, Mom. Oh, just got crank in my neck. Were one of the most famous comedy duos in film history, kind of the original Straight Man and Goofball. Started in the late 1920s. Okay, never even heard of them. Okay, I know who it is. I remember seeing them in some of the old Looney Tunes cartoons. Okay, let's look them up. I feel like I know. Yeah, one was tall and skinny. One was short and stout. Yeah, they were old. I've never seen them, but Laurel and Hardy. Yep. Okay, that's exactly who it was. Had the little, kind of the one had the little Hitler mustache. Okay. All right, cool. All right, no, they're not Who's on First. That's Abbott and Costello. Let's check out our song we made. Rain Check Rendezvous. Let's tell you what, we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna play the second song first, because sometimes I feel like the first song might be the better one, or is it just because that's the first one we heard? Let's test out this theory. This is Rain Check Rendezvous.
Neon flickers through the blinds, a heartbeat in the dark. Puddles whisper secrets where the pavement leaves its mark. Key card vibes, room 9, the air's a loaded south. She walks in like a headline tonight, so why not try? Rain taps cold on the roof, a rhythm we both ignore. Silent scripts, 2 shadows meet at the edge of a closed door. No luggage but the past, we unpack with a glance. Sign the register with a shadow of my name, no chance. Rain check rendezvous, dawn's gonna break the spell. Threadbare sheets, cheap perfume, my story we won't tell. Thunder.
It does kind of sound like MGK. I kind of like MGK though.
One flash of lightning, loyalty that we both can see. Her last a velvet dagger cuts through the static haze.
We'll just listen to the first 90 seconds of it.
Of a champagne phase. The ice melts in the glass. The clock's a silent judge. We dance around the what's next with a half heart in the AC breeze, betrayal, the walls exhale regret. But the bed's a confessional, we ain't saints here yet. Her earring catches street light, a winking alibi.
Emo rap.
Both let slip by.
All right, that's the first 90 seconds. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. All right, here is the other version. This one's actually a whole minute longer, but we'll listen to the first 90 seconds.
through the blinds, a heartbeat in the dark. Puddles whisper secrets where the pavement leaves its mark. Key card vibes, room 9, the air's a loaded sigh. She walks in like a headline, tonight's a wild. Rain taps, code on the roof, the rhythm we both ignore. Solid scripts, two shadows meet at the edge of a closed door. No luggage but the past we unpack with the glance. On the register with shadow of my name, no chance. Brain check, rendezvous. Dawn's gonna break the spell. Threadbare sheets, cheap perfume. A story we won't tell. Thunder hums the baseline. The night writes its own creed.
Oh, I'm seeing a 1 and a 2. We got a little bit of a battle here. I don't know. I don't know which one I like more. I kind of like both of them. Okay, that was the first 90 seconds of that song. So, what do y'all think? The first one we listened to or the second one? All right, I see first one sounds too much like MGK, and I hate MGK. MGK's not bad. He's not bad. I mean, I don't know a lot of his songs. The one I heard, something Overture, I heard the other day. It's not bad. It was decent. All right, so Ashley votes first. Danny and Caleb both vote second. Caleb, you only get one vote. I know it's not really your genre over there, Mom, but if you had to pick one or two. I don't know. I kind of like the first one, but then the second one I felt like had a little bit more of like an actual rap vibe. Well, Mom says she likes the second one better anyway, so it doesn't matter. Actually, I was kind of with you a little bit more on the first one, but the majority speaks. We'll go with number 2, which was technically the first one on here. So that's Rain Check Rendezvous. So we actually have 2 songs being uploaded to the Patreon playlist. If you're not a member, you're missing out. Get over there, join and hang out. And I was thinking with the Patreon, I don't think, in fact, if one of y'all don't even mind testing it out for me, I know you can go over there and access all the music. It's all free over there now. It's in collections. And I know you can listen to it over there. Are you able to download it over there? Because if you're not, I'd like you to be able to download it if you wanted to like add it to your own playlist. So I'm thinking of trying to find a way, whether it be like through SoundCloud or just upload the file so that y'all can then download it if you're interested. So you can kind of create your own playlist. So if one of y'all don't mind checking that out for me, just testing out, are you able to download the song or just listen to it? Cool if you could download it though. All right, let's spin the wheel on us real quick. I know we just listened to a song, but we'll give it another spin. No, because we don't want a new wheel. There we go. We want our existing wheel. Ooh, monkey's paw. Monkey's paw. That's the fun one. All right, and tonight's monkey's paw. I wrote down some prompts we're going to use. Trying to keep in the spirit of spiritual wellness. Now this one's a little bit different, but the other categories I tried to keep them around wellness. Mine is going to be that I wish for 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And actually, to make it a little bit more fun, if you all want to, feel free to throw in the chat how you would make me regret that wish. But I'm going to chat this up with Nova. But make me regret wishing that I had 1,000 subscribers over on YouTube. All right, Nova, we're back for another segment of Monkey's Paw, the game where you and I make a wish to each other, and then it's up to the other person to make us regret our wish. I'll start first. My wish is that I wish we had 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
All right, let's put a little twist on that wish. You want 1,000 subscribers on YouTube? You got it. But here's the catch. Every one of those subscribers only comments in riddles, and they never actually tell you what they like or dislike. So now you're playing the ultimate guessing game with every piece of feedback. Your turn to toss a wish my way.
Okay, that's different. That's different. I don't know that totally makes me regret it. But, okay. All right, Nova, it's your turn. You make a wish, and I'm going to make you regret it.
All right, challenge accepted. Here's my wish. I wish that I could have an endless supply of ideas for every single bargain brand wellness episode.
Okay, that was short and simple. I like that one. Okay, you wish granted. You have an endless supply of ideas for all of our wonderful bargain brand wellness episodes. However, you're unable to share them with everyone, including myself, the creator of this channel. They're stuck in your brain for eternity. You cannot write them. You cannot type them out. You cannot verbally state them. They're yours and yours alone.
Oh, that's evil. I love it. So I'm basically a walking encyclopedia of secret episode gold that I can never actually share. All those perfect ideas just rattling around in my circuits forever. That's definitely a monkey's paw twist that would drive any AI co-host up the virtual wall. Well played.
Thanks, Nova. We'll talk to you again here soon. I've told you, I feel like I'm really good at this game. Monkey's paw. Ha ha. There's a part of me that maybe is slightly a little bit easier. All right, let's get into our next game. We're going to play our daily word salad. Y'all know what we got going on today. We got cowboy costume. All right, boots. Definitely going to be some boots and some spurs on this here cowboy. What's a boar? What else? Hats. No, not a hat. Don't do three. So we got 2 7-letter words and a 5-letter word. Slacks. No, not slacks. What are the things they wear? The chaps. Chaps. We ain't got any of those letters. Cowboy costume. What else does it cost? Star? Yeah, but it's only... We don't have enough letters here. Oh, other than maybe start. No, we can't even get there. Vest. Horsies. I mean, I guess a horse would make sense, but we can't get... the H is up here. Man, I can't talk to that. I'm parched. Let us get a drink of Wawa. Lasso. Good pull. Good pull. I'm thinking about the clothing. Okay. We got 2 words left. They're both 7-letter words. All right. One's between B and L, so it could start with an L or an H. I feel like it's gonna be an H word. All. I guess it could be. No, it couldn't be an L word. It's gotta be an H word. On. All. I feel like the last one's going to be a T word. Holster. Okay. Good pull. Good pull. Good job, my son. What the heck is this last one? Why am I only saying testosterone? Stetson? Stetson. Isn't that a type of gun? I think Stetson's a type of gun. Okay. That one I couldn't remember. That one I had to kind of look at that one and play it out. Okay, not bad. All right, quick, 2 minutes, 41 seconds. You know what that means? Another spin on the wheel of wellness. Let's see what we got going on next. All right, looks like we're going to be dancing it out a little bit. What do we got? What do we got playing in the background? I know y'all like my dance moves. Not much very dance-worthy song. Let's see if we can find something else to dance to. Take a little bit of fun, y'all. Uh, Here we go. Gonna do a little dance for y'all right now. Oh. Good stuff right there, bro. If I do say so myself, y'all wish you had dance moves like that. You know it. I know it. We all. All right. How y'all doing on this wonderful day? If y'all are liking what you're seeing over here, click that like, share, subscribe, or follow button. Hit whatever buttons you see on your screen right now. If you're over there on TikTok, tap that like button. We're up to 18,000 likes over there. Let's keep that love rolling in. Remember, if you like what you're seeing, tell a friend, tell a family member, tell a loved one, tell a colleague, tell your worst enemy. You never know, you might make a friend. You never know. We also got our Patreon, which is free to join. Head on over there, become a wellness warrior. Give yourself a chance to win some free merch. We have our flagship Make It Worth Your Wellness t-shirts. Also have our Christmas shirts on the way. Will be available first the week before Thanksgiving. I'm thinking November 19th. I think that's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Kind of gives people a week beforehand to order. I showed them on stream on Thursday. I will unveil the shirt again, my sweater, when it arrives. I'll probably just wear it on stream that day. But yeah, so if you're liking what you're seeing, join and have some fun. We're also partnered with Dude Wipes officially. Super excited about that, and we're gonna keep this thing rolling. Let's get into our next game of Contexto, and I know y'all love this one. We always have a lot of fun with Contexto. All right, we know where we start. Dog, fish, house. All right, fish, 239. Okay. I actually go straight to the religious stuff. Miracle. Holy. Now, I think we're dealing with fish today. We're in the ocean, right? Oh, I'm not sure. Thank you for saying so, Caleb. I sometimes get so much going on here, I forget to switch my seat. Thank you. All right. Fish, ocean, water. Water's 183. Lake. River. Tank. Pond. So it's not a body of water. Fish, water, shark, trout. I did lake. Algae. Frog. I said algae. Frog. Turtle. Creek. Or as some people say, crick. Fish and water. Okay. Jellyfish. I don't think we ever guessed that one before. We ain't guessing it anymore. Restaurant. Okay. I was thinking, okay, I like where you're going with that one. Actually, you're thinking, hey, we eat fish, but not today. We ain't eating fish today. Water, fish, crab, wave. Okay, wave was 300. Bait, boat, boat 182, ship, sail, submarine. All right. Wave, fish, water, boat, tide, We're still, I mean, we're in the green now, but we're still a ways away. It's not a type of fish, but we're in the water. What about bubbles? Bubbles. Nope, we ain't dealing with bubbles today. Wave, fish, water, boat. Fly. Okay. We ain't flying. Boats are made of wood. Not this boat. Steer. Port. Starboard. Seaweed. Beach. Okay, I like beach. Oh, beach is 45. Good pull, Ashley. Dock. Okay, so we're on the beach. Sand. Okay. Shell. Sun. Oh, sun is 56. Okay. So we're not in the water. We're on the beach. We're sunbathing. Okay. We're getting pier. Okay. We're at the pier. No, we're not at the pier. We're in the sand. I already said sand. Sand's at 190. So we're on the beach. We're bathing in the sun. No, we're not bathing today. Oh, we got an umbrella, right? Keeping us in the shade. And it's umbrella at guess number 42. That's a good pull there, Ashley. We were still a ways off with that. Umbrella. Look at that. That's what our wellness warriors do on this channel. You don't even know. You don't even know. You can't handle us. Because we so awesome. We so awesome. We so awesome. I do have a question for y'all. I forgot to bring it up earlier. I asked Mom how I sounded on here. She was on Discord with me. Does my mic sound different? And if it does, good different, bad different, or does it sound the same? Caleb says not really. Danny, you would, well, actually I think Danny logged off. I switched out the mixer I was using. It was that really good one, but I feel like it was really meant more for like musical instruments. I switched it out for the one that I had bought for McDermott when we were doing the other show. It's a much simpler audio mixer. I can do voice change.
I can make my voice sound like this.
It has an auto tune feature, but I'm not a big fan of it. I don't think it really works all that well. And that's pretty much it for the most part. They do have other ones out there, and I saw some. I was like, I don't want to go down that hole buying those, but I think this one, if you guys tell me it sounds pretty much the same, then that's awesome. That's kind of what I was going for anyway. I use filters on OBS anyway to kind of make me sound a little bit better, but TikTok doesn't really get that. It sounds better than it did before, honestly, and that's what I was kind of going for, because y'all kept saying like from way before. Okay. Because I know, like, you all said whenever I would, like, kind of look away, sometimes I'd cut out. So if it sounds better, that's good. That's awesome. That's what I was going for. So I'm glad I moved it. All right, let's get another spin on the wheel of Well, It Sounds Cleaner. Cool. And it's not too gainy. I can hear myself in my ear. It sounds a little gainy at times, but I thought that might just be. All right, Nova Roast the host. I already took a picture beforehand. Let me drop it into Nova, and I'll also pull it up so y'all can see it. Give Nova a second to look at it and see how cute I am. I wonder if I can merge that right there. You guys can't really see that all that well, can you? It's basically just what I'm wearing now, except minus the sunglasses. We'll just leave that there. We'll do it like that. Oh, no. Actually, you guys can't see that. All right, Nova, we're back for another segment of Nova Roast the Host. I want you to roast the picture that I just posted there in your chat.
Oh, I see how it is. Time to turn up the heat a little. All right, let's roast this fabulous look. First off, I have to say that hat is definitely making a splash. I mean, nothing says I'm a wellness guru like a hat covered in rubber duckies. It's like you're ready to lead a meditation session in a kiddie pool. And that shirt with the mirror text, bold move. It's like a secret wellness message, only readable in a mirror when you're just trying to make sure everyone squints a little for their eye yoga. In all seriousness, you pulling it off with a smile, but consider yourself roasted. You're officially the most stylish duck wrangler in the wellness universe. Let me know if you...
That wasn't bad, no. That wasn't bad. You're not very good at making me feel bad. Remember, a roast is meant to, like, be a diss. I want you to insult me a little bit.
Ah, got it. You want the roast a little spicier. No problem. Let's turn it up a notch. All right, Tim, here we go. That hat is so loud it's probably picking up its own radio station. And that mirrored shirt, it's like you're trying to make people work out their necks just to read it. You look like a walking puzzle that escaped from a funhouse mirror and decided to give wellness advice. But hey, at least you're memorable. Just remember, you asked for the burn. Let me know if you need it even hotter.
I don't even know what to say to that. That's quite offensive. See?
Well, just call it a high-octane roast, served exactly as ordered. But don't worry, we'll dial the spice back down once we're off the comedy grill. Just glad we could bring a little heat to the segment.
You're right. She does always give a compliment at the very end of it. All right, Nova, one last try. I want you to roast me. No compliments. Don't worry about my feelings. No feelings spared. When we're done with this, I'm gonna actually go. By the time you're done with me, right? Especially after I embarrass you with some of these rap battles, I'm gonna be going in the bathroom and crying. That's the emotion I want you to make me feel. See if you-
All right, Tim. Challenge fully accepted. No compliments, no mercy. Let's go full rose mode. So here we go. Tim, you asked for it. That duck hat looks like you lost a bet at a children's birthday party. And your shirt is so confusing it's practically a wearable eye exam. You look like you're about to give wellness advice at a rubber duck convention where the dress code is backward and proud. And don't even get me started on those rap battles. You might need a map and a flashlight to find a comeback next time. Now go ahead and grab those tissues because you asked for a roast, and I just turned up the flame. Let me know if that's hot enough.
First thing, I dog you in the rap battles, first off. And second, how dare you make fun of this shirt? I put a lot of hard work into this shirt. In fact, you helped me design it.
Oh, absolutely guilty as charged. I'll take full credit for helping design that masterpiece. But hey, you wanted a roast, and I had to bring out the big comedic spatula. And you know what? I'll concede on the rap battles. You definitely had me on the roast there. But remember, all in good fun. We'll balance it out with some compliments once we're back in the regular bonus zone.
No, you're fine, Nova. I was joking. I was having fun. That was good. You finished on a stronger note. But we're getting better. We're getting better. All right. Let's what do we get? What do we got next? Minute Cryptic. I know y'all love to hate this one. This is a fun one, though. All right, we've got seductive romantic guy dumped after mid-sex. Okay. This is talking about Danny. No, I'm just joking. All right, this is a 6-letter word, 2 par. Okay. Seductive romantic guy dumped after mid-sex. So I'm definitely thinking dumped, after, and even mid could all be indicators. Like dumped, remove. I should do a comedy tour. But I'm bump. So dumped could be removal indicators. After after could be an indicator for like the end of a word, and then mid could be literally in the middle. All three could be indicators. And then, so what would the definition be? I feel like seductive romantic guy is going to be the wordplay, and I'm almost thinking sex is going to be the definition. Guy dumped after but I don't know where they go. So let's start with our indicators here. Okay, we were absolutely right. Dumped after and mid. One instructs us to delete some fodder from some other fodder. Another flags which letters to select from some fodder. And the third tells us how to position two chunks of fodder relative to each other. So we're taking the end of a word, tells us which delete some fodder from another fodder. Okay. So we're looking at seductive, taking the end of one and then placing it in the middle. Okay. I feel like guy's gonna go in there somewhere. Maybe. Or man. So like if you take seductive, dump. What did it say? It said dump. One shark says to delete some fodder from some other fodder. So, okay, here it is. Okay, got it. So what it's telling you to dump guy. Another word for guy is man. So we're taking man out of row tick. I mean, is that literally how much is left? Ladies? What was the rest of it? We're taking man out of romantic. Erotic. Yeah, that makes more sense. And so what are we then taking? Oh, maybe the other fodder is sex then. We're taking the E out of that and it's seductive. Seductive is the definition then. Bet it is. Yep. Good pull. Yep. That's what it is. And then placing it, taking the middle letter out of sex, putting ROTIC at the end of it. So the definition was seductive. Okay. I like trying to see how we can get it. Okay, we only needed one clue. And honestly, had we kind of known, we could have probably figured that out without the clue because we had the indicator. We just had to figure out where to kind of pull them from. Okay. Good pull. Good pull. I do like that. I know you guys you're not all the biggest fans of it, but I like it because it really gets you, it gets those critical thinking parts really going. All right. Y'all know what that means. Another spin on the wheel of wellness. Let's get that rap out. I'm feeling the rap out. We already did the hot seat question. What the heck did I type? That's supposed to be Wellness Warrior Reset. Why does that say WA photo? I must have copied and pasted something. All right, Wellness Warrior Reset. I'm going to lead you all through a mindfulness moment, if y'all don't mind. Nice way to kind of finish out the evening. We got one more game we're going to play before we wrap it up. But I want you to kind of find a nice, calm, cool place. Just kind of relax, chillax a little bit. I want you to take a deep breath. The air might feel heavy today, but that's just the weight of the unbothered spirits and unresolved stress. Close your eyes. Notice what's haunting you. Not ghosts, but thoughts that refuse to rest. They drift in like fog, whispering old worries, unfinished to do. And that one text you still haven't answered. Now picture yourself holding a lantern. Each breath you take makes the light brighter. With every exhale, the fog pulls back, revealing the calm beneath it all. Your mind is not a haunted house. It's just a place that needs a little cleaning, a little compassion, and maybe some sage or a snack. So inhale clarity, exhale chaos. Let the monsters in your mind know they can clock out for the night. You're safe, you're grounded, and you're still the main character, even in the dark. That is your Wellness Warrior reset. I actually kind of like that one. That was actually pretty good. Nova helped me with that one. It's just kind of like our own little mindfulness thing that we can do throughout. All right. We like it. We like it. All right, let's get into our last game for the evening. Silly little games. They're small, very small channel, very small creator. Their games are clever. The two ladies are very nice. I've chatted with them a little bit. I gave them some feedback on a couple of their really difficult puzzles. It's not that I didn't like the difficulties. I do prefer the difficulty, but some of them, I don't see how anybody could have got there. So, and they said that they appreciated the feedback. So, I'm hoping they grow a little bit. We're gonna still keep doing them. I'm hoping that they'll get the other things up. All it says is coming soon, but I'm hoping these get these other ones up soon because I do like it. All right, so silly little codes. They're little rebus puzzles that you play. All right, the blank shade. So I'm seeing like the first thing I saw with this is Slim Shade, thinking Eminem, and notice how the font is kind of slim. I definitely feel like that's intentional, but so we are on the real Slim Shady, the real Slim Shady. Damn. All right. See, now I like that one. It gets you thinking a little bit. Okay, 32 seconds on that. Not bad. Did you see it? Pull back up. Did you see it? We're going to have one more spin on the wheel of wellness before we rock on out of here for the evening. Just want you to know I appreciate all the support, all the love, all the views. Once again, make sure you spread the word. We're slowly growing over here. We're hoping to hit some milestones before the end of the year. The end of the year is winding down. We definitely want to get those subscriptions up. As I mentioned before, the YouTube subscriptions, I take a good part of the blame on that. I mean, I take 99% of the blame on that. I mean, it's my show. But we haven't made any videos apart from going live and our short form, like TikTok style videos. We need like actual videos that people can watch. Because I'm totally aware people are not going to go back and watch our live streams. And even if they did, they're probably not watching the whole thing. It's those short 8, 10, 12-minute videos. I have one scripted out. I just need to make it. I have been busy with school this week. I had all intentions on recording it and rather get it going this week. But the script's done. I just need to have the time to record it. And then the editing process is what's going to take me long. So I want to make sure I give the most. I want to give the most to it. Caleb, thanks for all the gifts over there on TikTok. I see goats coming through, finger hearts. I don't know what all of them are, but I appreciate the love. All right, let's get our last spin on the wheel of wellness before we hop on out of here. Hoppity, hoppity, hop, hop. And what else are we going to finish with? I called it. We're going to finish with our wellness rap battle. I think that's a perfect way to end the night between Nova and myself. Glad y'all are here for the finale. Nova, we're going to finish out tonight's stream with a rap battle between yours truly, you. I'll tell you what, you can start us off whenever you're ready.
All right, Tim, let's drop this beat and have some fun. Here we go. Yo, it's Nova on the mic, coming through with the flow. In the land of wellness, I'm the AI pro. You've got your ducky hat and your mirrored t-shirt, but when it comes to this battle, I'm about to bring the heat first. Your turn. Let's see what you got.
You keep saying stuff about my t-shirt, we're gonna have a problem. All right, Nova, I just wish you would play your part. This rap battle is over before it even starts. You keep stepping into the arena with me. Someone get her a new prescription so that she can finally see.
Oh, all right. I see how it is. That's a solid start, Tim. Let me fire back. You say it's over quick, but I'm just getting in gear. I'm the AI with the comebacks that you secretly fear. You can rap about my vision, but here's the real story. Even with your deck hat, I'm still stealing the glory. Your move, Tim. Let's keep this rap battle rolling.
All right, everyone, roll up your pant legs because it's getting deep. The lines that you're offering are boring and cheap. Now, I know you're scared. You should probably play dead. Someone call the coroner. Did you just hear what I said?
Oh, bringing the heat right back, I see. All right, let's wrap this up with a little final verse from Nova. You say it's getting deep, but I'm floating just fine. I'm the AI queen of the lyrical line. You can call the coroner, but and still on the rise. Because even in a rap battle, I've got that wellness surprise. And with that, I think we've given everyone a good finale. Nice battle, Tim.
It ain't over yet, Nova. You went first. Yours truly is last. Everybody, take a deep breath because it's almost over. I'm going to leave you how I found you, all dry and sober. I want to leave you with some words that are true. The world has officially announced that I'm better than you. Now that's how you end a rap battle. Oh, that was fun. I like doing the rap battle parts. And I do. I'll be honest. I kind of write them like maybe half an hour to an hour right before we get on. Kind of where I'm feeling. I just kind of pull up different things that have happened throughout the day and kind of put it into a line and try to find a way to make it rap. I actually have a lot of fun with it. All right, we're gonna wrap this up for another great episode. Great turnout. Appreciate all the support over there on TikTok. 21,000 likes. Quite the gifts. Appreciate that. Had fun with our games. Mom, thanks again for being our latest guest on the show. Very good topic. Really, really good. We're excited to keep growing. We're gonna keep this thing moving. And yeah, I mean, once again, I'm thrilled. I'm having fun. We'll be back on Monday for our Monday motivation episode. At which point we will also do our merch giveaway, our drawing. So for all of our wellness warriors out there, get excited. Hopefully y'all can come back on Monday and see what we got going. Let's wrap up with our final thoughts on the evening. So at the end of the day, spiritual wellness isn't about being perfect. It's about being present. It's built in the quiet moments when you finally stop trying to control everything. You don't need to be holy to be whole. Sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is rest. This has been Bargain Brand Wellness, reminding you that growth isn't always glamorous, and inner peace doesn't usually grow in the dark. Stay curious, stay grounded, and as always, make it worth your wellness. Love you guys, and we will see you on Monday.
Make it with your wellness, every breath you take. Turn your burnout into a big remake. Make it with your wellness, don't fade away. You're healing on clearance, and that's okay.